Good AM, hard-working ways, people. On our way to work, today is not going to be an episode. Today's going to be what I'm going to do randomly sometimes too, kind of a little tech tip from the mechanic world that I've walked through for some years. Just want to make reference to something I said yesterday. I think it would be an episode 4. Talked about what we had worked on around the house the other night and how we blew a hydraulic hose on a piece of equipment at home. And I'm sorry, I got to eat while we're doing this morning. I woke up late. I haven't had breakfast. I want to talk about something that I've been doing on hydraulic hoses for a long time. A couple main style hydraulic connections that I've run into on equipment over the years. JIC, super common. JIC, tapered end. This is the adapter fitting that goes in the hydraulic cylinder. O-ring end on a hydraulic cylinder. They always look like that for the most part, unless it's pipe thread on the older stuff. Tapered end JIC. It's got a female swivel connector with a flare, metal to metal. Okay. One of the other more common, or used for a while, I shouldn't say more common, JIC is probably the most common that I've run into over the years, is flat-faced O-ring. It's flat-faced O-ring connector. It goes up against the flat boss on a hose or pipe or a fitting. So something I've been doing on my machine, because it's flat-faced O-ring everywhere, is this connection that's now got this JIC adapter for the cylinder, pulled the adapter right out, has been changed, because where this metal to metal connection is going to be would have been another O-ring. And every time I can get rid of a rubber O-ring in a hydraulic system, I love it, because I've been to more than one service call early on in my career where that little tiny 2-cent O-ring is dry and old and flat and it leaks. There's nothing wrong with the hose, there's nothing wrong with the fitting. You got a 2-cent O-ring holding up the world. The progress is come to a screeching halt, and it drives me bonkers. So that's the quick tip for today. Go to your local hydraulic shop. You're gonna have a hose built, and if it's easy to get the adapter fitting out of the cylinder, you know, I'm still gonna have an adapter. You can't get around this. I'm still gonna have that flat-faced O-ring fitting on one end as an adapter, and it's still gonna have an O-ring going now to a JIC fitting. But I got rid of one O-ring on the other end. That's reason 1. Reason 2, JIC fittings are cheaper and generally more readily available. My shop locally almost never gets stuck. They're great. They have almost all the flat face stuff because so much stuff uses it now. But the fittings are more expensive in my experience, and they can be harder to find. Say this machine ends up on a job site someday, not at my house, and you're out in the middle of nowhere, and you got to go to like a local auto parts store and get a hydraulic hose built to get you back in the game, or to get you on the trailer and get the machine home. Probably might not have that. More than likely they're gonna have that, because every older piece of equipment and whatnot, hydraulic hoses for the last, I don't know, forever, have had JIC fittings on them, and all of a sudden somebody had to reinvent the wheel and come up with a flat face O-ring. And I'm sure from the design standpoint, maybe engineering standpoint, there's a reason why somebody went to flat face O-ring, and they think it's better. From a user standpoint, something that can leak and cost more money for me, it's not a better design. So that's today's quick tech tip about JIC fittings versus flat-faced O-ring for me and why I like to swap them out. Have a great morning.